Today on the show, I'm going to talk about the difference between an accelerator and an incubator and why we're struggling with that. Stay tuned. Okay, so a couple of our students in the cohort were kind of pressing back on the fact that some of them wanted to move faster, and yet we've had some students that are, I don't want to say paralyzed with fear, but trying to figure things out. And this kind of got back to the essential question: is the STARTedUP Foundation an accelerator or an incubator? An accelerator is like you already have an existing business and you want to scale up. You want to accelerate what you do. You want to find more mentors. You want to be able to get feedback quicker. And that's great. But an incubator is kind of creating those skills, creating that mindset, and fostering that kind of growth. Here's the problem we've had. Some of the students within this cohort have never thought this way before. You might remember from yesterday's episode, Tiana was kind of talking about the fact that she had never thought this way before, that she was kind of frightened. She thought she had a business idea, and then she thought maybe she might not, and she's kind of struggled because this is all new to her. And the same thing with like Morgan. She also kind of at the very beginning was a little bit apprehensive. She had never thought in these terms. She had never really had entrepreneurial experience. Meanwhile, we have students like Colin, like Nate, that they've come from an entrepreneurial background. They've actually done these things before. They've kind of thought this way. So it seems as though for some of my students, this is an accelerator. And it seems as though for some of the students, this is an incubator. But here's the thing that I think that it kind of converges. Number one, the interaction that they get to have together, we all can agree they need to more have like in-person experiences. Secondly, the most valuable thing that STARTedUP Foundation could do, other than give them that personal experience, is to help them grow by challenges, by assignments, by pressing their thinking, and also building a network. I think that it's an incredible thing that, we're about ready to go out to New York City, and our students, whether they're in the accelerator or incubator phase, get to meet with some incredible influencers and get to bounce some ideas off of them. Because the expectations we have for them at the foundation is, I don't expect 4 of our 8 groups, I think maybe 1 or 2 might have a legitimate business right now. The other ones, if they get to understand this mindset, if they get to understand how entrepreneurs think, some of the things they say, some of the highs and lows, we might be equipping them to be better entrepreneurs in 5 years, 10 years, 1 year. It doesn't really matter. What does matter is that our students are starting to be aware of it and better prepared for the future mentally and with a skill set, not necessarily a turnkey company. So this was a lot of soul searching. This kept me up last night on me trying to panic and seeing, what am I doing with my students? Are we going to have successful businesses? And it just reminded me, after a friend called, that we are trying to create a great mindset first, create a community, and then kind of that Roger Bannister effect of my students being able to run that 4-minute mile and let other students see that it's possible and hopefully showcase that. And the reason why we want to showcase is hopefully you guys will share, because that's always important to us. But if you think you have any feedback, if you see the differences between incubators, accelerators, please leave some comments. We grow together because we get feedback from people like you. All right, this is Don Wettrick reminding you that opportunities are everywhere. We'll see ya.